John here from Oz General Store, here with another episode. Boy, the 318 Mopar has been neglected. I filmed that episode, geez, it could have been at least a month ago, and in that month what's happened is that we've been waiting for parts to come in. I mean, I don't know what's happened with Australia Post, but either they've lost it in the mail or it's just taken absolutely forever. Anyway, so we've got a 318 here. It comes from a Dodge truck, so it is low comp. I've got it on the engine test stand, which I mounted at the last episode. What we want to do is we just want to have a bit of a look today to see what we've got, and we're probably going to see whether we can take things apart, and then we're going to look at whether we're going to need to rebuild the bottom ends. I'm hoping that we can just put some new parts on it and we can at least fire her up. If we want to do something good with this motor, then maybe we will pull down the whole thing and refresh the bottom end, but I just want to see whether this thing runs, you know. So I've got a few new parts, and of course I've got my trusty red toolbox over here, or should I say socket set. So we'll be using some of these tools here, and geez, let's get started. Just to recap on what we're going to do today, or perhaps in the future as well, is we want to remove the headers. I want to put some pacemaker headers. I want to change the spark plugs. I want to change the fuel pump, the water pump. We're going to change the manifold. I've got a cheapy manifold that should work. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with the Dizzy. We may rebuild that, or we may buy one in. There's a whole heap of other little bits and bobs that we're going to do. I've got new rocker covers. We're actually going to have to also do the Welsh plugs, or the freeze plugs, which are around here. Now I can see somebody's changed one Welsh plug, but there's a couple that have been sort of rusted out. So what I'm going to do is remove this piece here to give me access, and that's the beauty with the engine test stand. You can remove pieces and move things around. So there's a fair bit of work to do. How about we just get some WD-40 on it and see whether we can turn out some bolts. I feel like I'm just WD-40 the whole thing. Just, yeah. Alright, so far so good. Don't snap any of these bolts. Nice. I've cracked all those nuts. Come around this side. So these will actually should come off. There's something so rusty, it's like... Oh, I don't want to speak too soon, actually. Oop. Alright, cool. Whoa, cobwebby. Alright, check that out. Nice and sooty. Day 2. Super busy, as you guys know. We're back on the 318 Mopar. It's time to get some progress. So here's where we're at. I got off the heads, the extractors, or whatever you call them, the rams. I'm going to take off the manifold. I want to have a peek inside. I'm going to take off the water pump, and then what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to clean it. I'm going to give it a squirt of paint, and then I'm going to put a new manifold on. Some nice little accessory parts. We're probably going to rebuild this Dizzy. I know it looks pretty crummy at the moment, but we might be able to work our magic. What I want to do is I want to fire this engine. I want to see whether it runs. I want to see whether it's smoky. I think it should be pretty good. Probably doesn't make a lot of horsepower. Then we're going to figure out what we're going to do from there. Either it will get the bottom end refreshed, or we'll just leave it as is and we'll muck around with it. Maybe we'll put it in the car, who knows. Anyway, so let's go through some of the parts that I've got. Ooh. Edelbrock valve covers. These are pretty shiny, pretty schmick. Check that out. Okay, so let's have a look. So that will go over here. I think that's the other side. But anyway, that looks pretty awesome. So it'd be good when we paint it all up. You know, this is a budget build. This is something you guys could do. What have I got? I've got some... What have I got here? Maybe I did buy a Dizzy. I did buy... Okay, scrap that. We're not going to rebuild ours because I've actually bought one. I mean, I ordered this such a long time ago. It took so long to get here that I've forgotten what I bloody ordered. Have you guys experienced that before? Okay, we'll slot that straight in. Okay, so we've got some cork gaskets, the gasket water neck, Welsh plugs, got some spiral wire. I think it's 8mm. Yeah, it is 8mm. And I think that it suits the actual engine. No, it's universal, so we'll have to cut them to size. I've also got an adapter plate from 4-barrel to 2-barrel. The reason being is that I know I've got a 2-barrel, actually got probably 3 or 4 carbies lying around that are 2-barrel, but I'm wondering where they are. They're around somewhere with all my junk, but I got this adapter just in case. It was real cheap, it was like 10 bucks, so that's good. I got a cheapy water pump here, which we'll chuck in. Yeah, look at the finish. I mean, it's pretty shit, but anyway, whatever. It is what it is. What else have I got? And I've got a new coil. And it's not an MSD, it's a DSM. I mean, you can tell that I just got the cheapest parts available because I just want to see whether it runs, and this is kind of fun. So everything that you see here, geez, it might be like 350 bucks worth of parts, 400 maybe. Anyway, so I've got to go get a rattle can for probably the orange paint that I'm going to get. I've got degreaser floating around. I'm going to undo everything and we'll go from there. Forgot to mention the manifold, the most important thing that I'm going to replace. Again, it's one of these cheapy Chinese ones. I mean, it looks all right, I guess. This was probably about 300 bucks. Yeah, you can see the casting there. It's a bit heavy going, but the machine surfaces look pretty good, or good enough, so to speak. So we're going to replace that. It's a bit of a higher rise one than the stock one. You can sort of see over there compared to this one here. This one sits a little lower. This one sits a bit higher because it has a gap underneath. Maybe I should have just got the real tall one. So there's that. So we'll chuck all those parts at the engine and see if we can turn the key and get it started. I mean, I could probably start it just the way it sort of is, but I'm going to titty it up a little bit, yeah, have a bit of fun. I'm back. It's 8:30, peace and quiet. Now I actually get to spend a little bit of time on the 318 properly. I tried to sort of do a few things today, but it just really didn't work. So what I thought I'd do, I actually need a stand for this this tripod that this GoPro's on. So I actually thought I'd wheel this thing over, and I was going to mount it right on the air cleaner, and it's pretty dirty, but anyway. Something like that. All right, that looks pretty good, I think. All right, let's get these bad boys out. Okay, well, I better reach that. No. I can't reach that one either. Okay. Now I've got this bolt, that to remove, and this to remove as well. Oop, that just fell off. And this to get to that bolt. All right, getting there. Get rid of that. Okay, so what else do we need to do? Okay, Phillips should have some flatheads just around here. God, look at all my junk. Jesus. Jiggle, jiggle, wee. Look at that. Sturdy girl. See if I can move that way. There, get that out of the road. Okay, cool. So that gives us access to that one. And then that'll be all of the bolts. And then we have to get this out of the way. So my colleague, who is a big Chrysler man, he was looking at the block numbers and he was sort of suggesting to me that this is possibly a crate motor. Maybe it was a replacement motor for a Dodge truck, but he seemed to think that perhaps maybe it hadn't done as much work as maybe we were led to believe. I really don't know myself, but we'll soon find out. Now I've just got this line here. Now I've had experience with these type of fittings before, and I really have to get the blowtorch out to heat it up to actually get it out. And look, I'm gonna give it a go, just the old school way, try to twist it out. But you know, we might have to go to more aggressive methods if that doesn't work. Okay. Woo! Got some movement. It's twisting a bit, but do I really care? No, not really. Hey, check that out. It just broke anyway, gives a shit. Oh, God. I'll just jiggle it, will it come out? Oh my God, it just got to rip. Oi! Well. Am I going to reuse the bolts in the manifold? Maybe. I'll keep them. Or they can just go in my bolt box. Everybody has a bolt box, don't they? All these little brackets do come in handy. If I can sand that off and then paint it, I can reuse that. I'll put that in the handy dandy little parts area. Now I wonder whether I'm going to need a pry bar for this. Probably. Oh, yeah, no chance am I going to get that off. Let's go find a pry bar. Aha, it's still here. Oh, God. Suss this thing out. Hey, that's a pry bar. If I can't get it out of this thing, then I've got no hope. Under, over, use this as leverage, who knows? Maybe something like that. No. What am I gonna do? A tap tap, wedge in there. Hey, look at that. Suss it. Yeah, sick. How good's that? Just a bit of leverage, just with a finger. Doom, doom, doom. All right, let's have a bit of a sticky beak, why don't we? Oh, it's heavy. Ooh.